The following is a Just Green production brought to you by the Might Be News Network. This is Relatable Radio. I'm Jackie Cooper. I'm here with Amy and Allison. And this is always ladies' night here on Relatable Radio. So
happy to be here. I'm excited to start. Welcome everybody who's listening.
Yes, welcome. My first time ever doing this. So.
Virgin.
Yes.
It's okay.
Popping the cherry.
Yo, you guys are adorable. It's Taylor Cooper also just producing, but I just wanted to tell you guys are doing a phenomenal job. For those of you who don't know, these are the ladies of Might Be News, and this is Relatable Radio.
Wives Club.
First Wives
Yes,
Club.
First Wives Club.
The First Wives Club. Relatable Radio.
News. Yeah.
Go to it. I'm just producing, except for that time, this time.
You sure? Okay.
So this weekend, guys, last weekend I should say, I don't think any of us did anything.
Nope.
No.
No.
No one.
No
one
special
got-
occasions or
Nothing.
anything?
No. No
Nothing major.
marriages.
Boring.
No.
Yeah.
No,
Except
Jackie
for-
got married.
I got married. I got the bling on my finger to prove it.
And I will say, I've never seen Kev
That
dance
drunk?
the way he danced.
He
Even
was-
Danny.
No, out of control. He was
Kev?
tie off, shirt untucked before dinner.
The one thing that everyone did say was, well, Taylor and I talked about was, I don't think I've ever had so much physical contact with Kevin in all of my life. He even did the worm.
Yes.
I'll have it on video.
and I
Check out
missed
my
that.
Facebook.
I missed it.
He hasn't done that since John's wedding.
I was worried
brother.
about dental work.
I was
But
he
that
doesn't have
had-
insurance right now either. I was worried too. He did really good though. I'm
Yeah.
really impressed.
Yeah.
He called me today and he's like, that picture that you posted on Facebook, the one where he's eating and he has his glasses on at the table, the sunglasses.
Yes.
He's like, people are loving that. I'm like, yes, Kev, everybody loves you. You were
At least he was a fun, like
He was
loving
fun.
drunk.
yes,
Very fun.
He was very excited.
He was, yes. He was like a well-behaved, really super excited
Child.
child.
Welcome
Yes.
to my life.
Yes. And we said no children, but I guess Kevin's the exception.
There's a reason you guys put him in the corner.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
It was a good time.
It
It was
was.
fun. It was a lot of fun.
And props to Allison because she did my hair and makeup.
Thanks.
Looks beautiful.
Thank you.
Yes,
And
very pretty.
I don't know if anyone else will listen that helped me out, but big shout out to Lee Hammond, who helped me with our signs, and Christine Hayward, who helped me with the table numbers, and Jenna Bear, who helped me create the centerpieces with the mason jars, and Jenna Kenny, who provided the wood slabs. And I don't know if I'm forgetting anybody, but there's a lot of people who really pulled it together and helped me out in the long run. So props to them.
It was wonderful.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with all those glittered mason jars now?
I don't know. I was kind of hoping
You
people were
sell
going
them?
to take them, and they didn't. But people took the table numbers. I was like, what?
We were so just fucked up. We just
Yeah.
took whatever we could.
Yeah. I was like,
I'm getting a table number 10.
only one person asked me. They're like, I'm gonna take this table number. I was like, okay.
Of all
Because-
things,
But at that point, somebody had already taken a table number, and I was like,
you can't even
okay.
have the sets done.
can't have the set. I'd have to remake it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I can sell tables 1 through not like 1 and then skip over because I don't know. It's just kind of random, but I guess I am going to try. I reached out to everybody I knew that was getting married, like upcoming, like, hey, do
What
you
do you
need
need?
do you need mason jars with glitter on them?
I got them.
I got them. But yeah, the crew, as they were cleaning up, they're like, what do you want us to do? I was like, box them up. I guess I have to take them home.
Yeah. Figure it out later.
I live in a 2-bedroom apartment. Like, I don't know where I'm going to keep them. They've already been taking up space for months, it seems like.
Your cake was gorgeous. I never got
It
any.
was
I
so
didn't
good.
eat any.
All right, let me
I
tell
was-
you. It was like the middle was like the best part of an ice cream cake. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
It was so good.
I
hate
had,
cake,
like-
and it was so good.
I had like the tiniest bite when we fed each other a piece of cake, and then that was it because it went right back to
I saw them
craziness.
like bringing desserts out, and then it just I never
yeah.
had
No, I
any.
got a piece. I got my S piece.
I'm glad.
And I looked on the way out. I was like, another one?
We had a shit ton of cake and food and beer left over,
Need
like
to have another party.
Mm-hmm.
pretty much. And then our cake topper is just taking up so much space in our freezer right now. like if we run out of space, like we'll just eat it early, I guess.
Take small bites every day.
Make it last.
It's a love cake.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we opened the bottle of champagne you gave us.
Did you?
We're like, we know it's supposed to be for our first New Year's, but we're going to be at a wedding, so we
Oh,
won't be
so,
able to
yeah,
enjoy it. So we're
yeah.
like, we got another bottle of champagne, like as a wedding gift,
Yeah.
and it's huge. So we were like, if we open this, we're
You
gonna
gotta
have to
drink it
finish
all.
it, and there's
Yeah.
really no place to store it without laying it down, and that's just going to spill everywhere. So
And we wanted mimosas today.
yeah.
Nice.
We literally
That's
had
awesome.
chicken parma mimosas at 10 a.m. We're adults. That's what we called brunch.
Totally a brunch.
But
Netflix and chill.
yeah, we did. We finished Ozark, and I guess at that point we decided to go do adult things today.
And you went shopping.
Yeah, we had to exchange his wedding band. So we had a little like.
Allison, did you see the panic that
No.
he had
Oh
on
my
Saturday
god! His
with the
No, I
wedding
missed
band?
it.
his finger was so swollen.
My finger was so swollen that I couldn't get my fucking ring on.
He was
And
freaking out.
so we did like the first look and everything.
Yeah.
And I go to put my ring on, and it was tight like the day before. You know what I mean? But like, I put this shit on, and my finger turned blue in like a
No.
minute. And we're doing these pictures and shit. And I'm like, inside my mind, I'm like fucking screaming, like, ah, like, oh my God, you know?
He's gonna have a
And
tourniquet on.
I
his
like,
finger.
we came out of the room that we were in, and like our families were there and shit. And like, you know, first time they see us together and shit. And I come out and I'm smiling at everybody, and I'm scanning the room, and I see my brother John, and I look at him with pure panic in my eyes, like, I have an emergency. I have a fucking emergency. But I go up to him and Robin, shout out to them. And
He did
I'm just
such
like,
a good job
yo,
with the
Yes, he did.
ceremony.
my
Definitely,
ring
yeah.
does not fucking fit at all, like 0%. And they went out and got me one of those
the silicone.
silicone ones.
That's what Kev has.
Oh.
I was gonna
Yeah.
get one
He
anyway
grew
for work.
Out of
Yeah.
his
So it
original
worked
wedding
out.
band.
Yeah. So they ran out before the ceremony even started and got him a silicone ring.
Wow.
So that
It
was
was
fun.
fucking intense.
Were there any? I mean, that's not that big of an emergency. Were there any other like wedding catastrophes?
No.
No, that's
Other
it.
than when Taylor knocked my veil out of the back of my head. I don't know
and-
if you saw
and-
that.
I
I
did
was
And
like,
Taylor, you got your mother really put.
Yes,
hooks in you
that's
in the
right.
dance.
I
You guys
got hooked
literally
to
were
my
attached
mom.
to each other.
Yeah, one of my buttons got hooked in her like thing, her dress. It wasn't her dress. It was like the
Thing.
thing that she had on top of it.
You
though.
really weren't
Yeah.
just ready
Shawl,
to
I
cut that
guess.
cord,
Yeah,
I
it
guess.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll never let go.
Yeah.
yeah. Then
My
John,
brother.
who officiated the wedding,
Yes.
he didn't have the mic wasn't on at first, but that was
That-
funny.
that
That
was
was
like
hilarious.
all
That was a
the
moment.
all the
That was
flubs that
nice.
happened were like hilarious little
Yeah.
flubs. So
That like got the crowd riled up a little bit
Yeah.
and got us like, yeah. no,
and
it's
I will
good.
say this: it was the first time I'd ever heard a groom get applauded while walking
It's-
down
yeah,
That's true.
the aisle.
I came down the aisle to Wu Tang's Cream instrumental,
It
and
was
I think
awesome.
that it
With our
sent
dog.
people,
With
yeah,
our
with
dog
our dog
Finn.
Finn, and I think that put like my set of friends certainly
Yes.
in like overload mode, where they were just like, "Oh my God, he's
Yep.
the fucking man! He's coming down to Wu Tang, like holy shit!" And I think because I've never seen anybody get applauded either.
No grooms anyway.
no,
No.
yeah, it was.
I think that set the
Impressive to say the least.
It set the tone for the night. I think people realized, oh, they came here to party.
Yep.
At that point, we were ready. We were just like, get this over with. I'd already cried enough during like getting ready and first look and all that stuff, so I got through the ceremony fine. Everyone's like, I'm surprised you didn't cry. I'm like, oh God, if
Oh,
only you knew.
for sure. We were taking bets. I thought for
Mhm.
sure Taylor would cry.
Right?
Like, I was positive.
The photographer was like, right before the photo, like, do does Taylor get emotional? I was like, I mean, it's hit or miss. It depends on what it is. But if you're asking me if I think he's going to cry, I definitely think he's going to get choked up.
Did you get choked up?
At the first look?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Oh.
Yes, big time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My sister.
I didn't like
sent me the
sob
video.
or anything, but
No.
I definitely
Yeah.
You're
teared
still a
up.
man.
God, I cried over like the littlest things. It was, like,
It got
highly
me
emotional.
the night before the rehearsal dinner.
I heard
I gave
that.
a toast. I gave a toast at the rehearsal dinner, and just like looking at her dad was very intense for me, and it was just nuts. It was nutty. I got
It's
emotional.
not that my dad's an intimidating man.
No,
It's just-
I love her dad, and it was just it was an overall just phenomenal weekend. Phenomenal weekend.
As it should have been.
Yep.
Oh,
and
Yeah.
it flew by just like everyone told me it would.
Yes.
And
Now what are you gonna do?
back to fucking work
yeah, God.
and doing this shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now we can focus on the Might Be News network and eventually plan a honeymoon. Someone, not me, needs to get their passport together.
Seriously.
In my defense, you have to get another passport as well. Miss
just have to
Jackie
do a
Cooper.
name change.
No, my passport still says Amy D'Annunzio.
I don't have one. I don't
Oh.
even have a driver's license
Because
it's
when we
expired
went-
since 2016. So fuck me.
That's relatable radio.
What's wrong with you?
Anybody else out there?
Really-
Relate to Allison here?
2 years.
I keep getting the printout like photo IDs and never go. And I just keep renewing online.
Winning.
Oh my God.
I don't have all day to go down there and sit down.
I know. I don't
Do you
want
to go with me when I have to do my name
Yeah,
change? Let's
I'll
go
go.
together. I
we
don't like
go.
going. Nobody wants to go to the DMV alone.
No.
Mm-mm.
The last time I
They're
went,
mean. They're so mean.
And it's
Oh.
hit or miss. Like you can go in there and it's like right in and out and done. Or you
Right.
go in and it's like 4 hours later, you're
Yep.
still sitting there.
It depends on the day of the week and the time. I think Wednesdays and Thursdays are their least hectic days. And I went in at like 10 a.m. I was at the doctor's office longer than the DMV.
Oh, impressive.
So, and we all know like doctors can take forever
Mhm.
and the DMV can take forever. But I literally walked in, the lady handed me a number and they immediately called it. I went over, sat down, they took my
Should have
picture.
bought a lottery
printed.
ticket that day.
Probably should have.
Yeah.
But I think
Well,
we
then I'm
just
going with
moved.
you.
We just moved in, so I had like shit to do for the apartment, things to buy. You know, the fun stuff of you getting your like home, your
Yep.
living
Mhm.
area.
Yep.
So that's so crazy. 2 years.
I know.
I've been there, done that. I don't
Yeah.
give a shit. I totally feel you on that.
When I
That,
go to the
like-
bar, I hand them two things. I'm like, here's my ID, my picture, and here's my current like printout.
I never changed my voter registration, so it still says my maiden name. So when I go to vote, I have to bring my marriage certificate along with me to prove that I am who I am. Not just you.
Shit.
I read an article and it's like Facebook knows. It's really creepy.
They listen to your conversations.
Suddenly it's like these sponsored advertisements and it's like, here's how to change your name. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna click because I have to do
Yeah.
this. And I could do it all myself or I can pay some company to do it basically for me and I just have to mail everything out to the appropriate places. And I'm just lazy enough to do that.
I would.
So
I would.
that's what I'm gonna
That's
do.
money well spent, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So they'll go through and like all your like bills, all your
I
they're
guess.
like everything.
I mean, there's different packages, so it might only take care of like the big ones.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna definitely. I saved it on Facebook so I could find it again. Because you know how that goes. You go to do something, it updates, and you're like,
refreshes,
I
and you're like,
wasn't
well,
done reading that.
I'll never find it again.
Yeah.
It's gone forever.
No, you got to get in the habit. You got to look to see if somebody posted it. You have to at least look to see who it was.
I'll
And
just
then if
click
you lose
willy-nilly.
Then you're like,
Okay.
oh, it was so and so, and you can go to their
There.
page and find it.
Yeah.
I've learned that because there's so many funny things. I was like, I wasn't done. Who posted that? And then I'm like, who's crazy enough to post something like this? And then
That could be a tricky game.
sometimes I can figure it out, but not all the time. So, but
Yeah. We were out shopping on Saturday morning for Kevin for a tie for said wedding and shirt and shoes, in fact.
Wow.
Yeah.
But
was
he
not
only kept
prepared.
on for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. It's funny. My sister's like, I still have to find something to wear to your wedding. I'm like, you know I was getting married like months ago, right?
This isn't new.
This wasn't new. You waited till the week of my wedding to find something. I mean, I've definitely done that. So, and we have a wedding coming up in like 2-3 weeks, something like that.
Yeah, I bought my dress the weekend before, but I was going to the beach. I came back from the beach Friday
Yeah.
night, and then
Yeah, we were at the
wedding
beach
was-
same time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Different beaches.
Mm-hmm.
I was at Ocean City.
No,
I was in Sea Isle.
Yep.
Okay.
It was fun. I got my
Yeah.
period the day I got down there, and I got strep throat the way out. So
Oh.
cool.
All in all, it was a great vacation.
Don't go in the water. Sharks are attracted.
Ladies' night.
Which is basically how you got strep, right?
Yeah. I was like, great, it's over. And it was like, you have strep throat.
It's never over.
No.
Don't go in the water. What? Holy shit. Amy, what did you guys do at the beach?
It was just me and the boys. Went with friends of mine from work. They had a house, and they were like, "Hey, you should come down." I'm like, "Free vacation? Yeah, that sounds great." Kevin had to work, which sucked for him. We just kind of hung out. We did do the pirate voyage, which we do usually with the boys every year, which is so much fun. There's one in Wildwood that's so much better than the one in Ocean City. But it's like a pirate ship, and they're like in character, and there's this whole there's this bad pirate that like took the keys, and you have to get the pirate, and there's like they can just go out in the bay a little bit, but there's water cannons along the sides of the boat. So this the kid must have been like 16. It's his summer job. He's dressed as a pirate in this little dinghy and like goes around, and he has like a water gun and a bucket. He's like, shooting all the kids, and the kids have water cannons and they're shooting him.
Oh,
and
fun.
That's fun.
then he randomly broke out. They started playing, what's the Frozen song? I'm having a total
Let It Go?
Let It Go, right? So they start playing Let It Go, and this kid, again, like 15-year-old boy, starts doing this like elaborate like dance with the water and throwing water up in the air like it was
Oh my
the snow.
God. He
It was
practiced.
hysterical.
He practiced.
He did. He was super into it.
Interesting.
That
Never
was it. Was
see a
it's-
pirate doing that.
and then they pull up a so they get the keys, and then they get the treasure map, of course, because you always have to have a treasure map. And they pull up a treasure chest from the bay. There's like this red X that the kids like, oh, you see it? Oh, look, it's right there. And then they get like a
fun.
handful of like Oriental trading crap
Yeah.
from the treasure chest.
You're like, I'm
it's a
going to
good
throw
time.
this out in a week.
Right.
Yeah, and they do like face painting in the beginning before you get on the boat. That tattoos for all the
Okay.
kids.
That the water probably splashed off.
Oh yeah, my son was like covered in paint by the
Going
end.
like into his eyeballs. He's
Yeah.
screaming in pain.
Cole was super excited because he was doing Fortnite dances to the kid in the
Oh my
dinghy, and he was doing
gosh.
Fortnite dances back to him.
It was huge on the boardwalk.
everywhere. Well, Cole had to have a Fortnite shirt.
Yep, everything.
He was so
I was
well-behaved.
flossing. I'm not even gonna lie.
I have video. Cole, he would just like we'd be on our way to the beach in the middle of like crossing a street, and all of a sudden he would just pause and start flossing.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you
That's how
can't
I
do
keep-
that
yeah.
in the middle of the road. Like, at least on the sidewalk.
It's like,
Thanks, Drake, for your Kiki challenge. You're teaching kids bad things now.
Yep.
Everyone thinks it's okay to just stop in the middle of the street.
yep.
So bad.
I went
Great.
jet skiing.
Did you?
Okay. It's been like 15 years since I've done this. Poor Blake. All right. This was his first time. So thank God he had no idea we could go faster. I'm like 11 miles an hour. I'm like, this is great. No, like we were so slow and I kept getting yelled at, like buoy shit. So, but I'm like, are you having fun? And
Was
we're
he
going,
having a great time?
people are passing us. He's like, this is great. I'm like, yeah.
You're allowed to drive one of those without a driver's license?
All right. So I totally forgot everything. I didn't have a driver's license even with me. I didn't bring anything but my shoes. And the lady was like, thank God, Danny. Sometimes he's a little bit better than I am. He's like, I know her number by heart. So she's like,
Does
okay,
he really?
fine. Yeah.
Why
He
does
knows
he
like
know
my
your
soch, my driver's light. He knows everything.
little creepy.
It could, yeah, it can get weird.
I mean, you have been with him a really long time, and he's
Yeah.
But your driver's license, I can see your social, even your, like your credit card number, like, but your driver's, like, when does he use that?
I don't know, actually.
Maybe in case of emergency.
Yeah. I guess he has.
Kind of
He is like an
emergency,
EMT
why-
type, guy.
Yeah,
like,
he
he's
always
into that
has all
shit.
that
Like,
info.
But what would he do with your driver's license number? Like,
give it to police. Watch forensic files.
yeah. Oh my
Watch
god.
forensic files.
we
We
fall
watch
asleep to
forensic
forensic
files
files.
every night
Although
going
there's
to
been
bed.
many times I call him. I'm like, I got pulled over again. Got pulled over again. So I'm sure he's like, fine. I have it all.
Memorized.
Yeah. Yep.
so that's why he knows it, because you
I'm
just
sure,
keep
yeah.
getting pulled over.
I'll be like, hey, where's the insurance? Like,
Why?
damn it, Allison.
Not again.
There's a reason he
I
has
know.
everything.
One time I didn't even know I was getting pulled over, and I was still going like 65 in the 35, and Blake's in the back, and we're jamming, and this guy's like lights are going, and music's so loud I can't even hear it. And finally, like it dawned. I was picking Landon up from school. It dawned on me, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And I pulled over. He's like, "I was calling backup." And I was like, "No, you don't need backup. I
swear,
didn't."
the music was just on really loud.
And I can't even get out of this. I was
I'm
totally going.
I'm just trying to jam with my son here. I swear I'm a good mom.
Yeah. So then I get to Landon school, and Blake's like, "Guess what, Landon?
Did he yell it out the window with all the
My
parents
God
and
pulled
kids?
over by a guy. She's speeding." Like, Jesus Christ.
That's amazing.
Mother of the year.
Yeah.
My last speeding ticket was 2015. It was my most. It was. I was like running late. I was singing in a band at the time. We had rehearsal. I had to go to a wedding that night. So just like all this stuff. My hair was like dried and just straight. I was gonna finish, like, go to band practice, then go to the hotel, finish getting ready, and go to this wedding. And I got pulled over, actually, right outside of where we're living now. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. And I knew the cop, but he didn't recognize me because I didn't have any makeup on.
Oh my God.
I just looked like an alien, like red hair, no eyebrows, no eyelashes. Like I clearly was probably got everything burned off my face or something. And like, people always say you look sick, and I'm like, no, I have no makeup.
Are you
They're like,
feeling okay?
you just really don't look good. I'm like, I don't have any makeup on. I feel fine. So this cop writes me a ticket. I go on my way. I pay it. And then like about a month later, I get a refund check in the mail.
Oh, nice.
And it's because the other cop, because we knew him, because they used to go to like Liberty Union where I used to I was like a regular. And he's like, you gave our friend a speeding ticket. And he's like, no, I didn't. He's like, yes, you did.
That was not Jackie.
Yeah. No, that was someone pretending to be her. But they literally, I've never had that happen before. And I was like, I'm going to take this to the bank immediately.
Before they changed
Before
their
they
mind.
changed their mind.
Yeah.
And I did.
They really sent you a
Wow,
refund check?
that's
That's
great.
awesome.
Yep.
I didn't get one of them.
No.
No.
Well, you.
Not of them.
No. And the craziest thing about that day, like, it was so crazy. We went, it was a Friday. It was payday. We got bonuses, right? And a group of us ended up going to Liberty Union and like getting food and drinks. And I didn't have to pay for anything. Like everyone else like covered. It was like, here's an extra $20. Like get something. Like everyone like left and we were like, okay, let's each get another beer and like go our way, you know? And then a group of us went to Westchester and I was like, I'll drive. I wasn't going to drink much anyway. And we went to like 3 different bars. One person bought me a beer at every bar. And when we were on our way home, I stopped at Wawa and I told this girl, Julie, that I ended up living with, like later that year, I was like, you can't drive. Like, you're definitely drunk. I'm going to drive you home. And we stopped at Wawa and she's like, since you're driving me home, I'm going to buy you your Wawa. I literally did not spend a dime other than my own gas money. I was like, this is the most profitable Friday of my entire life. I was like, let me go to the bank. Like, I literally was like, I had so much money to put in the bank. It felt that way anyway. But in actuality, it probably wasn't all that much. But even still, small little victories.
Yeah.
So that's my crazy speeding ticket story.
I'm not gonna talk about speeding tickets. It's been a while. I don't want to jinx myself.
Yeah, you better knock on wood.
I'll like get one on the way home.
You don't live that far. You don't need to speed.
It's true.
Neither do you.
Yeah, true. True.
This show's easy. You guys all live like real close together
Yeah.
for this. Very good.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are. Guess you guys take a break real quick, and then when you come back, you have back to school stuff to talk about.
Yeah, it's that
Yeah.
time of year.
So I thought I heard somebody say on my way in to the office today. Might be News Network, might be News, Relatable Radio, might be Sports, Novak and Fran show.
Woo.
More Relatable Radio after this.
Hey everybody, this is Kevin Reevey. Check out Might Be Sports exclusively on MBN Network.
I watch sports. I don't like analyze sports. You know what I mean? I watch it like you said a few minutes ago. There's nothing better to me than football on Sunday. It's like this thing. When football season starts, everything else stops for me. I tell Jackie all the time, you have, just like the Eagles, you have a bye week. You can pick the week. I don't care what it is. That Sunday is yours. Other than that, football Sunday, that's what it is. Period.
New episodes every Wednesday. Why? Because I asked nicely.
We're back. Relatable Radio.
Relatable Radio.
Again, we have Amy with us. Say, what's up, Amy?
What's up, Amy?
And Allison.
What's up, girls?
Just greens on the ones and twos.
Yeah. He's filling in as need be. We're newbies at this, so bear with us as we work out the kinks.
We're just going with it.
Yo, you guys are doing great.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Thanks.
You know, for
You're
those
not
of
just
you who
telling us
listen to
that
Might
because
Be
your
News.
wife is here and
Yeah.
No.
When we leave, he's gonna be
Yeah, a little biased.
They fucked
just
it
a
up.
little.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as you guys walk out the door, I'm just going to look at Jack and be like, that was a fucking train wreck.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna
Fucking train wreck.
I'm gonna punch him right in his butthole.
No, you guys are doing great. For those of you who listen to Might Be News, over the
We're
past couple
better.
of years, we've had ladies' nights. This is Allison's first time
That's my
here.
first time
Ever.
So this is
Yep.
new to you guys. So just have fun. I'm here to back you up. I got
Thanks,
your back.
buddy.
Okay.
Watch
You're
your
the
front.
best.
Watch your front. I got your back.
Talking about backs. Back to school
Back to school
is happening.
Like bittersweet.
Yeah.
I can't believe summer's over.
I tried to explain it to him. Like, I haven't even made it to the beach
Right.
once, and he didn't think it was a big deal.
It is.
I'm like, summer's over.
Yeah,
Missed
this is it.
opportunity's gone.
Gone.
Yeah.
We got married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't
So?
mean you shouldn't have gone to the beach.
Take me to the beach.
Bitch.
Take her to the beach.
Let's go this weekend.
Yeah.
You should.
Um,
Take a day trip.
Maybe. Is the weather supposed to be nice?
Yeah,
I
it's
have
supposed to be
no idea,
beautiful.
is it?
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just been raining so much.
Yeah.
But I know you guys both have children
Yeah.
going back into school.
Allison, you've been doing this longer than me. And like,
Oh, well,
I
this
I
is
was
like the first time I had to add Blake to the mix because he's going elementary school. So we
What
spent
grade?
a good chuck and change. Kindergarten, but he's going full day.
Okay.
love
So,
the full day kindergarten.
I'm
Mhm.
gonna have 2 on the bus. I'm like, peace. But yeah, we spent a lot of money, and they wanted Nike everything.
Oh yeah, no, I don't
Like
know.
Nike, Adidas, mom. Come on, it's the cool stuff.
Stop growing, and maybe I had to get it for you.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Shoes
grow out
are
of it in like
$80.
3 days.
Do you go to the outlets?
No, we went to Kohl's.
Okay.
And then today we got all our pencil. All right. So they give you a pamphlet of everything you have to get.
It's ridiculous.
All right. But you don't have to get it all. I got a note
No, wait,
home last
dude,
year that
how
said
does
the
this
teacher was
work?
like, thank you so much. You're so generous. And I'm like, what the fuck, bitch? You told me.
Wait, what?
I thought I had to get all that shit.
Now see, we had something like
Allison's
They
ready to
tricked
fight
you
that
into
teacher
it.
day
I
one.
spent like $100.
like
on
send
this.
shut
that
up
shit
and
back.
teach.
I didn't.
Well, they had a thing where we're like, oh, if you want to bring in extras, because some kids, don't bring. I'm like, wait, is that an option? Wait, I
It said-
cannot
all
send
right.
stuff.
Yep.
I was like, that's
It's an option.
expensive.
It is.
Like-
Like they want you like 2 packs of pencils. All right. But your son only needs 1. So you're getting another. I just got everything on the fucking list. I did.
This is what a friend of mine, her daughter, you can like go in, is it Amazon? Anyway, she like pays a certain amount of money, and then like that's it. She pays the
Oh.
money, and then the teachers go and they get like all that, which makes sense. Buy it all in bulk, get it really cheap.
Yeah.
Like, can I just write a check? I don't want to go to the store. I don't want to bet.
Yeah.
And it's like really specific. I don't know if yours are. It's really specific. Certain brands.
Oh yeah.
Certain
yeah.
like I can't
I
just
had to
go
get
to the
certain
dollar store
headphones
and get some
today.
pencils.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I hate
You know,
it.
though, that would make more sense. The teachers
Right.
should just ask for like donations.
Yeah.
And then you can provide that money and they can get the supplies.
And get it throughout the year. So a few
Right.
months in, whenever
That's-
all the
yeah.
glue's gone, they can
All right,
go and get some
teachers.
more.
They do have like
we
a
love you, but
we do
let
have a
us write this
donation
check.
thing I've seen that people do. Like people can donate to your classroom. I don't remember what it's called. I'll have to look it up, but I'll have to ask some of my teacher friends what that's called, because there's somebody that they were posting it on Facebook, like thank you to so and so for the donation.
Hit up
For my
grandparents
classroom.
and be like, hey guys, you should just
Yeah,
donate.
you
Yeah.
take care of your
Well,
grandkids.
even like
don't you love us?
so the PTO, I hate the PTO. I hate it. Like again, they used to a few years ago. Apparently, according
Hey,
to one
what's
of my
the
neighbors,
PTO?
parent teacher
I don't
organization.
even know.
Or- wait, but it used to be
all those
PTA.
moms that like have not. It depends on your organ. Is it
Oh.
an
See, I'm not that
association
mom.
or nope?
No, I can't.
No.
I've never been in moms groups.
I haven't even done
I
the
can't.
clearances, so I don't. So I'm not allowed in the classroom. I don't. I'm like, I'm not,
yes,
Wow.
me too.
high five.
Yes.
Like I won't do it.
I can't.
Sorry,
you know what
buddy.
it is?
I can't.
I have
I'm
a
not
really
loud.
bad potty mouth. I'm not that mom.
Nope.
Oh,
I'm
yeah, no.
not.
I dropped an F-bomb like this weekend. I was like, fucking kids. And then it turns into Tourette's because
Yeah.
you just can't
Yeah.
stop.
Tell me about it. I have a serious problem. Like once I get started, I can't fucking
Yeah.
stop
Stop.
cursing.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
Pringles. Once you start, you can't stop.
I did not. I'm like,
Well,
wait, who says
this whole like
Pringles?
back
That's not
to
a bad
school
word.
stuff has caused like bad things that I've done to Landon over the year last year, like come to surface again.
You scarred
So-
him, and it's starting to come out.
All right. This is a mom confession. All right. I forgot to pick Landon up from school one day.
Only one day. That's
one
only-
day.
Okay.
All right. But I was at the bus stop. I forgot to pick him up at school.
So you were
So
making an
I
effort.
was-
It's not like you were out partying.
Right,
You
right.
were- yeah.
This has ruined his life.
Mhm.
And it's
Worst.
bringing up,
He in
you
30
don't- you
years,
don't-
he's going to bring that up to you.
God, it was awful. Like I was 30 minutes late and the teacher's like, oh, I told him you were late because you were probably going back to school night for your kindergartner. I was like, fuck, yes. Yes, that's tonight.
Oh.
That's exactly why I was late. I wasn't watching Ellen. No.
No, of course
No,
not.
I didn't make coffee and sit on the couch. No, not at all. I was going
job.
ready for back to school night.
Yes.
That's so
uh-huh.
crazy.
Yeah.
Wait, so he would brought this up again?
Oh, it's been an issue since.
Is he warning his
Like,
brother?
I
Like, mom won't
can't-
pick you up.
I know. He's like,
Yeah, but like at what part of the school year?
I
Beginning,
can't even go a
middle,
different
end?
aisle in a store because I
Just
might not be
think-
there when he goes to look for me.
He says that?
Yeah.
You really did a number
I
on
did
him.
oh my God. I did a number.
But I think that's the enjoyable part about having kids is like scarring them a little bit.
Well, and I tell him, I'm like, you're my first. Every time I fuck up, it's with you.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
But that's like they're the
Any
experimental
mistake-
child.
Yes, any mistake I make is going to be with you. And I'm
You-
sorry.
I'll learn my lesson.
Yes.
And your brother or sister will be
Now,
fine.
Right.
Now your
Yeah.
siblings will have a better life
Yep.
because you
Jackie,
suffered.
aren't you one of the younger ones? You're the
I'm the baby.
youngest.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they didn't make any mistakes with you.
No, they
Unless it were
they pretty much
intentional.
just like gave up parenting.
Yeah. You just do
do what you want. It's funny though because like we talk about like there's a big age gap between me and my oldest brother. Like there's 12 years. So, but I work now with two of my siblings. So 3 of us see each other 5 days a week. But like
kill
we're just
my
like
siblings if I saw them
we
that much.
we've all experienced our parents at different stages of their
You all
life
had different
and
parents.
how
Yep.
strict versus more lenient they'd be or
Totally different households.
so
And
it's
it's like
like
in my family.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I got my ass beat. I got grounded, but then my mom would be like, well, do you want to go to the mall with me? I'm like, I thought I was grounded. She's like, well, you're going with your mother. I said, okay. I'm not embarrassed
As
to
long
be
as you're
seen by
footing the
you.
bill.
I thought my mom was pretty cool back then.
Yeah, my brother got nothing compared to my mom. Oh my God, my mom. My mom would show up at school, and I remember walking by the principal's office, and I had gone to McDonald's that morning because at Downingtown it was like right
Yeah,
down the
right.
street.
Yep,
Walk down,
It was
get
the first time
breakfast.
I ever did it, so I was like, "This is great!" Like she's never going to know. I walked by the principal's office and someone's like, dude, your mom's here. Your mom is
She
in
started
that fucking
freaking
room.
out.
And I was like, oh my God, she's there.
How did she know?
How did she know? All right. She fucking followed me to my other, like, she's crazy. She's a little crazy. So that's what I got.
Did you tell your son? That's what you could be dealing
right,
with.
right.
You should be appreciating the fact that
But
I
it
just forgot
scares
you.
me, Amy, because I'm not sure. I'm not confident. I'm not going to be like that.
But see, I think that's good though, because like you have to keep your kids on their toes a little bit. You can't you can't let them know
Yeah.
what the deal is. Like, always keep them guessing.
Yep.
It's
She always
it's going
caught
to
me.
be hit or
Always
miss.
caught
You
me.
don't know yet until you know what they're getting into.
Yeah.
In that moment, and then
You might actually have pretty decent kids, and you don't have to worry about it.
Right.
So-
And you might have the troublemakers.
so I would have been screwed in high school if it was like it was now. Like with technology, like you can log
Oh,
in
yeah.
and
Oh,
like,
yeah.
see everything.
Oh yeah.
And like I think on it, I'm like, I wouldn't have gotten away with anything.
No.
Like the shit I pulled would not have happened.
No.
Like I would change people's report cards. Like I worked in an office in high school, so like friends of mine would be like, "Dude, I got the C. It needs to not be a C." So I'd go
Oh, my
and I'd like on the
God.
computer find the font and like make it the size and then put it on the copier.
Remember
I'd
this?
change like absentee days. Yeah, I was that person. I mean, I didn't do it for mine, of course not, but I would do it for other people and then charge them money. Yeah.
Wow.
But like, you can't do that now. The parent portal. You can like log in
Oh,
and
yeah.
see
How true.
every assignment, every homework. Like you
That's
can't
so
lie about anything
fancy.
anymore unless your parents are really disengaged.
I mean, my parents were pretty cool. Like especially my senior year, because they realized like, okay,
Yeah, it's
she's
done.
good. She's a good
Pressure's off.
kid. She's a good kid. Like, can I miss school? Like, I made it into homecoming court, and I need to find an outfit to wear for homecoming.
That's important.
And they were cool with it.
My mom just didn't like it when I got caught. She was fine with it. But the one time I got caught and they called her at work, I'm like, she knew. Like I forged her signature all the time. Like I kept my grades up and I was a decent kid. So but she got really pissed off when they called her out and were like, "Oh, your daughter wasn't here." And she's like, "Dude, stop. Don't get caught."
See, not
Right.
my mom. My mom would be in that school.
Mm-mm. No.
I'll never forget seeing her. I was like, shit.
A friend of mine so we would show up, like pull up to school in the parking lot in the morning and look at each other and be like, I don't feel like doing this today. So looking back, I really should have gone to school more, but we each had a notebook like in her car in the side pocket. Like one was mine and one was hers. And like we'd write our notes in like the same thing. And I always put my mom's phone number at the bottom of the note because it's not as suspicious if you actually put a phone number. Like, oh, call me with any questions. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Kids.
skipped school with Amy a couple times.
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I got caught a few times.
Remember that one time?
When we got in a car accident.
I wasn't in the car
Yeah.
accident. I was 2 cars behind the accident.
Yeah, so we were
That was
on our way
horrible
to
day.
get breakfast and
Shady
got in a
Maple.
car
Shady Maple, that's right.
get in a car accident and yeah, but the thing about that specific day is that I actually, like, my parents knew I wasn't going to school that day. Like, I actually told them. Because once I started smoking weed, I didn't give a shit about school anymore. And like, you guys are sitting here talking about some parent portal and shit. Oh my God, my parents would have loved that shit because I had to get my planner signed
Oh,
and
you were that
initialed
kid.
by all of my teachers every
Prove
day
that you were there.
to prove that I was there and to say what homework I had and all
Uh-huh.
this shit. Because
What are you, a child?
yeah, I was a big time stoner in the later years of high school that didn't give a shit about
High
any of that.
school.
I do love, yes, like pictures of you in later high school with the hair.
Yes,
and
I remember the hair.
It was, I mean, it was
Yep.
classic. I don't know. It was
Aviators,
Yeah.
hemp necklaces.
You know what?
Trucker
We'll
hat.
put a throwback photo.
Oh,
Taylor,
good.
we are.
Yes.
Everybody, watch out for that one because
Yeah.
it's gonna hit you.
I
Uh-huh.
can't wait to see it.
Yes,
It's really
good.
See, I remember Jackie from high school. She doesn't remember me.
really?
Because, well, we didn't like
Kevin
know
and
each
I are
other.
the same
because-
way.
Because
me,
I
and, me and Danny are too.
Really?
because
That's
I knew
so
Dan
cute.
Harmon, and that's what's really
Everybody
funny. 'cause
knew
if-
Dan Harmon.
Right, but it's just like if I knew Dan Harmon, don't you think like the
Kevin,
Right.
Kevin and Taylor were really good friends, and I was like really, really good friends with
Yeah.
Taylor, and he kept the
No.
boys and the girls separate.
Separate.
I don't know how you managed to do that, by the way, for so many years. You kept the 2 groups completely separate. Like
I'm
I
just
had no
that
idea who
smooth.
he was.
I'm just that smooth.
You wanted us all to yourself and all the
That's-
attention.
Well,
That's
and
correct.
Amy and I had at least one math class together.
Yeah.
Mr. Morgan, right?
Yes. Yep. I'm sat in the back.
Oh, you guys were the same year. You guys all.
They,
No.
no, they were. I was
Oh.
I was a grade above. I was
Oh,
probably
okay.
in a not my proper math class. Like in elementary school, they always did like there's I don't know. I went to Pickering Valley. I assume they're all the same in Downingtown School District, but there's 3 teachers per grade,
Mhm.
and then they would do 3 different levels of math, right? And I was always in the lower level math.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Never in the middle. Or upper. Like I know where my strong suits lie. It is not
with
math.
math.
But I was
Me
really
either.
good at algebra.
He was a good teacher.
Mr. Morgan?
Yeah.
I did all right with it.
Yeah.
I think he
appreciated.
appreciated the fact that I tried. He let us eat one time in class, and that's because I mentioned on the way in how hungry I was. And he was like, I have these butterscotch crimpets.
See, it's so funny. I do not remember
he
that
goes,
at all.
He goes, if you can find a way to share this with everyone in the class, then you can have them.
Did
And
you
it-
use your math skills to cut it up
Yeah.
to make
Oh,
sure
it
there
was-
were enough
It
pieces?
was easy because there wasn't that many people in
No,
that class.
it wasn't that big of
I
a
figured
class.
it out. I figured it out.
You got this.
Yeah.
I was
Got
so
it.
bad at math that my senior year I took accounting.
That was a hard class. No, listen.
it ended up being
I
way
worked-
harder than I thought it was going to
worked
be.
in accounting because I worked with my mom in the office and I worked in the accounting department. And I was like, this is going to be a fucking breeze. I got this. Like I do this
Yeah.
all day long. That's all I do is accounting. But they made you do it manually, which is a much harder thing to do than like log into the computer and like enter all the invoices and pop out the checks and it just all calculates and does the general
Dude,
ledger.
I sucked like
my God,
my
it's
college
bad.
courses with accounting
So
and
hard.
like micro and macroeconomics.
Ugh.
I was like, let me just keep retaking these 'cause
I just can't do it.
Now they have the
No.
new math.
I'm
God,
ready.
don't.
No, my sister-in-law is a 5th grade teacher, and I'm so excited about it because her like special, she does math, and I'm like, Kel, it's all you. Like when that comes home, like I don't.
There's times Danny and I look at each other, we're
make
like,
any
"Oh."
sense? Like what happened to just adding 2 numbers
Yeah.
together? Now you have like 15 steps to like add
Yep.
10 plus 5, and I don't. Why? Why did I don't? I really
Yeah,
don't see
get
why
it.
it had to
I don't
change.
get it.
There's a fucking new math.
New
You
math.
don't know this yet?
Common
Oh,
Core.
Common Core. You
What
know,
the fuck
have you
does that
ever
mean?
heard
They
that?
make you break down the number. I think it's so that you can do mental math
It is
faster.
Yeah.
And I
Whatever.
I guess
Everybody
it
has
works.
cell phones with calculators
The
on them. Not
problem-
necessary.
So the problem is that it works. I mean, not the problem. Well, depends on how you want to look at it. The problem is that it works, but the problem is we weren't raised that way.
Right.
So
How we-
now the kids
Exactly.
are learning it, and I'm going to be like, I can't help my
Yeah.
kid with homework.
Nope.
And like,
Yep.
Lord knows what they're going to come out with by the time we have kids.
But then again, I'm not really gonna. I don't remember that shit. Like I don't like if my kid comes home with like, oh, geometry, and I'm like, that's a circle. It's a
right.
square.
I'm going to be like, call your Uncle Sean.
as long as you have somebody. In the
I've had to
family.
call my brother, like in college, like, can you help me with this math problem?
Well, now they have like you can call like there's like web chats and stuff you can do for homework help and
Phone a
like all that
friend.
stuff.
Yeah.
Phone a friend. Yes, but somebody who actually knows what
Phone
they're
a
talking
friend.
about.
Can you use my lifeline, please? Oh my god, no! It's
Crazy.
math's stupid.
Who needs math anyway?
No,
There's times like when we have conversations like this where I feel really stupid, and then I'm not prepared
Wait, why would you feel
for
stupid
kids.
in this conversation?
Well, no. I mean, like because like Common Core math, I don't know that shit.
No,
You
either
don't
and
do
like
we.
I just mean like in terms of
It
having
existing.
kids and
You've got time to
when
learn.
that happens. But I guess
You can
we
call
could
us.
just like learn it
Yes.
with them. I mean, you know
Yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
what-
yeah.
Phone a friend.
I guess
You
that's end up
phone a
what
friend.
you end up doing, right? You just
Yeah.
learn it with
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Because I sucked at math. And
Wait, does
maybe
that
I could
mean,
use
Taylor,
some homework right now
when
in
it
my
comes
adult
to
life.
having
I don't
kids,
know.
Common Core math is the least of your issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
no. I actually panic. I'm like, do we want kids? Like, we're gonna have to help them with homework one day.
Yeah.
Even like underwear issues, they're your issue. Like that's an issue for me.
Yeah.
Like if his underwear doesn't fit, it's fucking my day up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta go buy him fucking underwear.
Right. I'm like, shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of like penis issue. Like I wasn't prepared for that
Yeah,
having
like,
kids. Like
I know,
like
especially boys. Like, don't pee in that cup. Like, why do I even have to say don't pee in that cup?
Jackson told me the other day that he doesn't like it when his BB gets hard. He likes it when it's squishy. And I was like, oh, Jesus Christ.
So I sometimes like to ask
Mommy,
this
I can make
question:
it dance.
What is
Oh my God.
what is something that you have said now, being mothers, that you thought you would never ever say in your life?
Oh my god.
Don't stick your penis in your brother's face.
I've said that. I've said that.
You see, it's not
There's
just
stuff
like
that I
boys.
say, and I'm like, I can't believe I just said that. I'm trying to think of something that's like Blake,
Absolutely
especially.
crazy.
Blake is my one that I'm like, I cannot believe I'm telling you not to do that.
Yeah. Some things you'd think that you didn't need to explain.
Yeah,
But you didn't need to say that you shouldn't do that.
right.
No, you boys, you really do need to spell it out.
Yeah.
Like
And tell them.
I have 9 nieces and nephews, and I can't remember saying anything crazy. But that's not to say that my brothers and sisters haven't said anything crazy.
Mhm.
I mean, I see what they go through, and I'm just like, oh, good Lord.
Yep.
I'm like,
It's
that's
an adventure.
good luck with that one. Like, you're in trouble.
Yep.
If she's pulling these
Yeah.
stunts now.
Boys are nuts.
Yep.
One time, the boys took off every single thing on their dresser drawers, like the pulling
pulls?
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and added mints. They fucking put mints on, and I went to pull their drawers open, and I was like, "What the fuck? Who does this?" Like they licked them, and they're like,
Oh.
stuck them on every single one, like candy canes.
Boys are gross.
Like why?
Boys are so gross.
Why? Yeah, I
Did it-
find
did the
underwear
men, like-
hidden underneath the kitchen sink because they
Like,
just
why?
don't want to wear underwear anymore.
Well, but why
why?
under the
I can't
kitchen?
really
Like you
blame
can't like
for
throw it in a laundry basket. or
No.
something? Like under the kitchen. So were they in the kitchen and thought, I really don't want to wear underwear anymore, and I'm
Yeah.
too lazy to
Yes.
actually go into a different room, so I'm just gonna take it off and
Yeah.
shove it in here.
Yeah.
Mom could find it later. Yeah,
I found 6 at a time.
6. Wow, that's impressive. Now is it both? Those are a repeat
It is
offender.
Blake.
It's, again, it's Blake.
Blake used to hide diapers.
Yeah,
Blake's my tough one.
yeah. He's the
It's crazy.
There's one in every
Yeah.
group.
Oh yeah. He's the one I tell not to pee in cups.
I think we talked
Yeah.
about this before, but who was
Jackson's my crazy one.
See, I feel like it has to be the second one
Yeah.
because if the first one was that troublesome,
You
you
would
probably
never-
wouldn't have another one.
If Kevin and I had Jackson first, we would only have one. There's no way I would have pressured him into having a second one because Cole was like great. He's easygoing. He's so sweet.
still is. He's
Smiles
so
all
sweet.
the
Yeah.
time. He's so like
He's
he just
funny.
loves babies and animals, and he's just a sweetheart. And he was super easygoing. And so we were like, look how great he is. Isn't he cute? Like he's awesome. Like he just sits quietly and plays and then Jackson came along, and from the minute that boy made his appearance, like he just hasn't stopped since. Like literally from like day one, he was a fucking handful.
Yo, I'm showing you this when we have our first kid, so it just stops
but
you
they're
dead in
great.
your tracks.
They're great.
That's what a
kids
friend of
are
mine doesn't
great.
have kids, and
Yeah.
he's like, you guys always say that, like you go on and on about how horrible they are, and then everybody's like, oh, but they're so great.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't believe it.
But Blake does make us laugh the hardest.
Yes,
We
same with
definitely
Jackson.
do have some.
I
belly
always say
laughs.
Cole makes us smile, but Jackson makes us laugh
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
hard.
That's so
Like,
crazy.
I want one Peyton Manning Cooper and
No.
a bunch of dogs and cats.
No.
that's a hard no.
We've agreed on Peyton, but I vetoed Manning so many times. We've agreed on Peyton.
Ultimately, you sign the paperwork and do fill out the paperwork at the hospital for the name.
I like
so you can do
switch
whatever
the
you
name
want.
around. We've agreed
don't know
on
what
we've
happened.
agreed on 2 names that can technically be unisex. So
So
Bases
but we'll
covered.
see. We don't know if we might change our minds.
Sure, we will. I'm sure, but Peyton is etched in stone somewhere.
You sure about that?
Sure.
Etched in stone somewhere.
Yeah, neither of my kids. Well, but Cole wasn't a name we talked about at all. We had a short list. Cole was not on it. We was literally holding him in the hospital right after he was born. And Kev was like, what about the name Cole? And I was like, oh my God, I love it. It's perfect.
Boom. I feel like
Done.
we have to see the child.
Mm-hmm.
Like the baby needs to be born, and then you pick the name.
I had a short list.
That's
I think 9 out of 10 names that I'm going to think when I see our child for the first time is going to be Peyton Manning Cooper.
But what if you really love that other name that 1 out of 10?
Then we might have to have another.
what if we fuck it up?
Fuck what up?
The
Spelling
naming of our
Peyton?
child.
Wait, how do you do that?
You just, like, what if you give him a name
Like,
and
don't,
you're
like
like, oh,
Jesus
God.
Christ, like
Yeah.
or Hitler. Like I would probably stay away
You just have
from.
to say it a
but-
lot.
Hmm?
You have to say the name a lot.
My
Yeah.
mom always said that you need to name your children something that can be yelled in a stadium or in a
Mhm.
boardroom.
Yeah.
And just make sure
That's
the
the
initials
flow
are
too.
And you need to be able to scream it really loud. Like
Yeah.
with Cole, I had to, in Kevin's family, the first boy takes the father's first name as a middle name. So I was stuck with something Kevin Kinderman. I'm like, well, K names are out, obviously, because
Right.
can't do KKK would not be good.
God.
But, like
my
nothing,
God.
nothing flows with blank Kevin Kinderman. So like,
No.
I don't say Cole Kevin Kin. It's just too much.
Well, it's different too because Cole's just a singular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like he's in trouble, he's Cole Kinderman. But when Jackson's in trouble, it's always Jackson Thomas. Because it has that nice, like it
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
flows well. Jackson Thomas. It really, I love it. And I love to yell it and
Yeah.
scream at him when I.
Boys are named
Sounds good.
after handsome celebrities.
Yeah, there
Oh.
you go.
What you got? Who?
Well, Landon is from A Walk to Remember.
Okay.
Yes, and Blake is from
Pride.
Blake Shelton.
Okay.
Mhm.
What
And
about
then-
middle
Did you
names?
have like a thing when you were
Um,
pregnant with like, hey, like was
Well, we were
or-
watching. It was the first season of The Voice,
Uh-huh.
and I thought Blake Shelton was so funny, like so charming, and I was like,
That
I love
Southern
this. Yes,
gentleman.
I just love this.
He is, and at that
Um,
time I didn't even know who he was. I'm like, who the
And I
heck
think
is
I
that?
wanted to
Yeah.
have the name Landon since like I saw that movie.
Yeah.
So, and then what's Landon's? So Landon is Landon James Matthew. James is after my dad, who's passed, and Matthew's after Danny's brother, who's
Yep.
passed. And then Blake is Blake Alexander, who Alex is my brother's name.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And then what about Summer?
Summer, I actually heard this man at Kohl's scream in the girls' department for his daughter. He was like, Summer, come try these jeans on. And I was like, that is the cutest name. So that's
I
where I
know
got
that's-
her name from.
And
It's
then
not
Rose.
as fun of a story. as
Rose
the
is
other.
after my mother-in-law.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
That's nuts.
That's
I
nice.
know.
Yeah. I have my girl's name. Not that I'm ever going to have one. And I've had my girl's name since like I got pregnant. I knew it. If it was going to be a girl, I knew my name. And I have never been able to use it.
Spill the beans. What is it?
Riley Patrice.
Oh.
Riley. Lee's after my mom. My mom's name was Lee. And then Patrice was my aunt who passed away. Her name was Patricia, but Patricia's a little old school, so I changed it to Patrice.
Now,
And,
how are you going to spell Riley?
I see.
I feel like you're going to spell it a little
My mom's
feel
name
like
was
you have
spelled
to have another.
Lee. Right? But I don't know. I think I have, but I think he convinced me not to.
I
Yeah,
think,
I know.
I think,
it totally.
I think Jackson convinced you not to.
Yeah, that too. I'm like, well, I made a list of like, okay, all the things like okay,
You and
we
your
have-
list.
I know. I always have a list. It's how you make every decision in life. A pros and cons list. How else do you do anything? And I'm like, okay, all the things that I'm not going to be able to do if I have another child, right?
Mm.
Like, two of my girlfriends and I, we go on a mom vacation every year. Yeah, that's out the fucking window.
Yeah.
So like, no mom vacations. Like the trip to Disney that's gonna cost $10,000 is gonna like that's probably not happening. Like my house is small. Like there's all these like things, and I'm like work. If I want a promotion, I gotta wait even longer because that's what happens when you're a female at work and you have babies. It just
Awful.
puts pause on everything. I'm like, oh yeah, it'd be great and all. In theory, it'd be great and all. And I'm like, I don't have any baby stuff left because I got rid of all that shit.
Nice.
I
do.
know. My friend, my Chelsea, she was like, I have everything.
I have everything.
Yeah, you'd get a shower.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then
It's
it's
been
like,
so long.
yeah. But if I have another boy, like I feel like it's not justified to have a shower. Now, if it was a girl, I could totally
Yeah.
get away with that.
I mean,
Or,
I
like, the
see that.
sprinkle
Well,
party.
You get a
I
sprinkle.
had a sprinkle.
Yeah. I don't know. It just
We've had
the more I
sprinkles.
think about it, the more work it sounds like.
Yeah.
And like it's nice. Like
Late
me and the
nights.
boys, like it was just the two of us went to the beach. And I'm like, I can handle two by myself. Like another one, and knowing my luck, it'd be another fucking Kinderman boy, and then I've got 3 Kinderman. No, I'm sorry, 4.
Yeah.
4
Yeah, it's
Kinderman.
like
And
you're
like the
missing
thought
the
of
biggest
that
one there.
is a little. It's absolutely exhausting.
I'm sure Kev has distinct objections to a third kid. I'm sure
No,
if
the
it
answer
ever
was
comes
a
up,
firm no.
fuck that,
Actually, I'm pretty sure it
Yeah,
was fuck
right.
no was the answer.
fuck no, fuck.
I had to really, really talk him into the second. He never technically agreed to the second one. He just didn't disagree. He never agreed to it though.
Whatever.
Whatever.
I know lots of people were like 2 kids. 'cause
He
they were
obviously
not
contributed
unnumbered.
to it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Obviously.
It takes 2 to
Yeah.
tango.
Yep.
So there
No.
was just no like, oh yeah, like I keep like I see those like cute commercials where they like take pregnancy tests and like the guys are like, oh, so exciting, and they're crying. There's a
Kevin
would be like,
that's not how that happened in my house.
I don't think it happens for a lot of people. No, I
No.
wouldn't worry about that.
No, the first one I came downstairs and I thought I was pregnant, but I kept testing negative, and I finally came downstairs and I was so like, yes, I told you I was pregnant, and he just looks at me, and then at one point he's like hugging a pillow and like rocking back and forth a little bit.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh my God.
That was my husband. With the second with the second one, we were going to dinner at his parents' house. I had forgotten my phone at home. I had taken a test at lunchtime. And it came up positive, and I like went back to work and like told my girlfriends and stuff at work before I even told Kev because I couldn't. And then like we're in his parents' kitchen, and like there's like we're like making food for Cole, and like there's all this activity and all these crazy family whatever. And like I kind of like turn to him and I whisper, I'm like, I'm pregnant. And then like we just ate dinner, and like we talked about it. I'm like, oh yeah, by the way, like he's like, seriously? I'm like, yeah. That was the second one. That's how I broke the news on that one.
How did you break the news to Danny?
Well, we actually had fertility treatments. I had miscarried when I was like 20. And then we had fertility treatments. And it took about like 3 months, I guess, on this specific medicine. So when, the doctor told me the day to take the test. So everybody knew. And then with Blake, I had decided to make a fertility appointment.
Okay.
And then I got pregnant like the month before.
Of course.
Of my fertility.
That happens to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And then with Summer, we tried for like a month and
There you go.
there we go. So,
Yeah, I got pregnant with Cole right away. Like right away.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Jackson was like 3-4 months.
Not bad.
No,
No,
still
not bad at all.
No. I was pissed about it
Crazy.
at the time because I don't like to wait for things.
It's hard. Yeah. When you
Yeah.
have that in your head.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job, Taylor.
All right, so my job as the producer here is to
We're
show
women.
you the sign that says time.
You need like a flashing light.
You know what?
Or
I'm
something.
going to invest in it.
Wrap it up, B.
Yeah. I'm just going to get like this big flashing sign that's up here that just,
Oh, yeah.
I'm just going to let
We
you
should
guys
get one
know.
that says like on air,
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, we might as well.
and then a
You'd
wrap
probably
it up.
find that at Spencer's or something.
Yeah,
You know?
I
Yeah.
could just
Get
flash the
Spencer's.
light at you,
Oh my
just
God.
like,
Get a flashlight shining in our
Strobe
eyes.
light.
Yeah.
We all have
yeah.
seizures.
So then I can really distract the shit out of you and pause the show.
Yeah.
Well, ladies, great job tonight.
Well,
Thanks.
Season premiere.
That it is. Yeah.
And the VMAs are on tonight. I'm super excited.
Yeah, I'll let you do that. I am not going to watch the VMAs.
Well, we can talk about it next week.
I don't.
I will talk about it.
We'll
That's
talk
all
about it
you.
next week.
That's your topic.
Yeah.
I'll probably read articles about it.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll
Yeah.
like watch the highlights. I'll like flip through the pictures of everybody's outfits.
See, I
will do
rarely
that.
watch any like award shows, but I always look it up like the next day just to see.
Yeah.
Just see.
Because it's live,
Even like
right?
the VMAs. Yeah. Yeah. I always
so
just look
something's,
to see.
See what
something's gonna
Kanye
go
did.
down.
Like,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
Something's about to go.
Yeah.
Oh God, what did he do now?
Something. I'm sure he'll do. It's, you know, there'll
Give
be
it time.
something.
Check Relatable Radio out on SoundCloud and iTunes. Ladies,
Good night.
Yes.
who are you? You're Jackie.
I'm Jackie
Jackie Cooper.
Cooper.
And the ladies.
This is Amy, and I'm happy you guys listened. And tune in next week.
Yes.
Yeah. I can't wait for next week. This is great. Relatable Radio.
We're just.
Oh,
Gonna,
yeah. And me.
And Allison.
Allison,
And
yeah.
Allison.
Yeah, just over
Um,
here.
So yeah, check us out. SoundCloud, iTunes, on the Might Be News Network. We got a Twitter set up, but we'll get you all that. We're doing the website and all that stuff. It's all coming.
Baby steps.
Yeah. Might Be News Network. It's a new thing, but it's going to be a big thing.
It's gonna be huge.
Yeah.
It's going to be huge. Nice job, ladies. See you guys next week.